Hello, Scott Manning here with an amazing practice profit report specifically for you. And what I'm going to tell you today is really the profit of your life. It's a little to do with your practice, although that fits, hopefully very nicely. After last night's webinar, after the dental declaration of independence and the 5 power decisions to set you free for the future, after that, then the practice should very nicely fit into, facilitate, enable, be a catalyst for the ultimate independence, freedom, and prosperity for your life. Okay. Today, though, I want to build on this idea of decision, of being decisive, of being confident, of removing all self-doubt, all second-guessing, and any other, show of, weakness and timidity. All right. Of thinking about what you should have done or might have done or could have done. Okay, what a waste. What a waste of a beautiful, valuable life. We were thinking about what's next, not what's past. So here's the thing. If I were to give you, one gift, one piece of advice, one big, giant, warm bear hug of love, and gratitude, it would be this. I want you to learn to give yourself your own permissions. You don't need them from anybody else. You don't need, now, you might from your significant other for certain things, okay? That's a fair deal. But you don't need permission from the world, from the industry, from the city, town, community, from the team, or even the patient, okay? You don't need permission from anyone but yourself for the things that matter most. You see, decisions, they also happen sometimes without us knowing it. The decision to be stressed, the decision to waste time, the decision to give up control, the decision to stay in insurance, the decision to not raise your fees, the decision to accept mediocrity, the decision to tolerate. Okay, the old saying, what you tolerate, you endorse. Things from your team or from yourself. Okay? The decision to, under treatment plan, to watch and wait, to delay, whatever. All decisions have repercussions. They have consequences. They have benefits. It's just like your patients. But the most important thing to understand that will really liberate, and we're talking about absolute liberation here, is for you to learn to give yourself permission. First of all, there's 3 key permissions that I want you to have. And the first is the permission to, believe. Believe in yourself. Believe in what's possible. Believe in the future, in betterment, in everything. Okay? I want you to believe. And then obviously you understand the next one. We want you to give yourself permission to achieve. Achieve guilt-free, without judgment. Because when you hold back, you go back. You suppress your own potential. In fact, your own impact. So believe and achieve, we know these go together. As a creator, as a source for good, the more you grow and go, the more it's a rising tide for everyone. But there's another one here that so often people don't master. And that is, you can't believe and achieve without giving yourself permission to receive. We know you have permission to give. You're a servant, leader. You give with your heart, with your soul, with your profession, with your expertise, with your time, with your money, with your words. We're all givers here. You can't, like me, and listen without being a giver. The question is, are you a receiver? Because a receiver conducts, It conducts energy, abundance, prosperity. In this case, health impact. You have to give, of course, but you can only give with what you got. And that means that you have to create and receive, in addition to. So mastering these all without guilt, without holding back or hindering or anything that deters and detracts from your greatness. The superhero loses if they don't go all in on their ability and their belief and achieve and receive all the things. Now, but there is another one. The most important permission you can grant yourself. And I'm granting it to you. And you're going to love it. But it's also going to be a difference maker. Okay? And it's a very simple one. Okay? It is the permission, okay, to enjoy. To enjoy who you are, to enjoy what you do, to enjoy, this is the catch, whatever it takes. To believe, to achieve, to receive, to enjoy whatever it takes. My brother and I first started out now more than 2 decades ago. He actually created this motto. I'd never heard it before. Now, of course, you see the acronym from time to time. It is a WIT. That was our acronym. We always said, no matter what, say WIT, whatever it takes. And we never resisted it. We never resented it. We never did anything but embrace it. As a matter of fact, we looked for the WIT. And we wanted to punch it home. We wanted to grab on and go. We wanted whatever it takes. Yeah, and the faster the better. Because once we could, we knew everything else, it was a foregone conclusion. It was just a matter of it happening. So one of the most important things, I'm doing the lawnmower as a summer job as a teenager, and believe it or not, listening to Zig over and over and over, Jim Rohn and Zig Ziglar again, Brian Tracy, all the people. But Zig, I never forgot, he gave this story about somebody trying to lose weight. He says, myself, I was kind of gotten a little bit too big. He said, and I started running, and I'm like, wow. Let me rephrase that. I started walking. First, I'd walk a mailbox, and then 2 mailboxes, and 3 mailboxes, and then a telephone pole, and 2 telephone poles, and 3 telephone poles, and then a mile. And pretty soon, I'm doing a little bit jog. Yeah, he just kept going. And he says, but you know what changed in my mind? What changed in my mind is when I realized, that this wasn't a price that I had to suffer to lose weight because it's something I wanted. So I changed the word. He says, I don't pay the price. You don't pay the price. We enjoy the price. Because we're happy to pay the price for what we want in exchange. In all things in life. The new home, the second home, the pool, the remodel, the car, the vacation, the life memories, the health investment. I consider a piece of my wealth portfolio the investment in myself, in my health, in all my things, from the trainer to the grass-fed, highest quality meats, to the biohacking, to the sauna, to all the things. Okay, I consider myself the greatest investment. The most valuable piece of the wealth pyramid is me. Yeah, but you know what? I never think, gosh, it's too much. It's not too much. Me, I'm not too much. Okay, as a matter of fact, priceless. So here's the thing. The mindset is simple. We talked about independence and freedom. We talked about the power of decision and deserve. We talked about creating a life of liberation. Okay, about the declaration of the dental independence. But most importantly, you have to declare your own independence. You have to give yourself your own permission to be liberated from criticism, from naysayers, from negative thinking. Completely liberated from everything. For you to set yourself free, you must give yourself permission. All of these things, but most importantly, this one. Because otherwise, you're human, such as myself. Okay? And we'll always try to find a way out of things we don't want to do. And so you have to say, I want to do it, and I'm proud to do it, and I'm happy to do it, and I enjoy doing it. Because if doing it gives me what I desire, it's worth it. It's just like, honestly, freedom and independence in the land of the free and the home of the brave. People paid the greatest price. Right there, it's over here, right there. People paid the greatest price. Right here, okay? So what it takes to maintain, to proliferate, to grow, to expand, to evolve, to believe, achieve, and receive what it takes, well, we damn sure better enjoy it. Because the greatest robber of peace of mind and prosperity is resentment, okay, is regret, is all the things that we try to resist. Okay? Instead, we embrace, we enjoy. Whatever it takes to have what we want as a rising tide to lift up all others. It begins with you. So permission granted. Never forget.